A very good morning to all of you, my dear friends. This is Shafiq Ahmed, and you're all welcome to your favorite YouTube channel. Let's learn together.
So, a very good morning to all of you, my dear students. Welcome back once again to the tutorial. And we have discussed, I think, up to this part about Minhaji Siraj, about Razia Sultan we have gone through. So now we have to learn about, we have gone through about Razia Sultan. Now after Razia Sultan, who was there? Ghiyasuddin Balban. Ghiyasuddin Balban was the last and important slave king in 1266. Means he became the king in the year 1266. Ghiyasuddin Balban. Let me show you one of his image also. I am having his image. Here is the Ghiyasuddin Balban. You can see over here. In Urdu, it is written Sultan Ghiyasuddin Balban. It is written in Urdu. And it is written over here on the top, Alam Islam ke Azim Fatah. Means a very great warrior, and he used to win the wars. So it is written over here, Islam in Urdu. It's Aslam Rahi MA. Means it is might be one of the cover of the book. Okay. So Ghiyasuddin Balban was one of the important last slave king in the year 1266. He was a very powerful ruler. As I told you, he was a great warrior also. वो लड़ने में भी जंगजू थे, अच्छे थे. He was having the skills of fighting also, and he reorganized his army and fought against the local rulers who were against Ghiyasuddin Balban. Means जो भी local rulers थे उनके area में, उनके country में, so he used to fight against them, and then he defeated all of them. He defeated, you can see, many of them, many of the local rulers who were then forced to accept him as a king. He also, Ghiyasuddin Balban also defended his empire from the invasions of the Mongols. Means he also protected his empire, that the Mongols should not attack his empire. So during his reign, during his time, he made the Sultan's positions also very supreme. Means everyone was now knowing that what Sultan can do, how what are the powers of the Sultan. So everyone was accepting Ghiyasuddin Balban as a strong emperor, and everyone was accepting him as a Sultan also. उन्होंने अपने सुल्तान होने का मौजूदगी जो है लोगों को दिखाया, समझाया, है ना. He made all the people feel that he is the supreme. यानी उन्होंने बताया कि वही सबसे ऊपर हैं, on from everyone's. He is on the top. He showed the people that whatever decision he will make, that would be the final decision. That is the written over here clearly, that he made Sultan's position supreme. Supreme yani ke like we are having Supreme Court in India also. So the judgment given by the Supreme Court is the final decision. So also the judgment or the decision taken by the Sultan Ghiyasuddin Balban would be the final decision. So that he made in his empire during his time. He introduced the person, that is the thing that everyone not liked. Let me tell you what was that he introduced the Persian custom of sajda. उन्होंने एक चीज नया लागू कर दिया, इंट्रोड्यूस किया, स्टार्ट कर दिया सजदा करना. Let me show you how to do sajda like this. Both the hands on the ground and the head should touch the ground. You can see like this. This is known as sajda. We Muslim used to do sajda before Allah. We used to do this sajda only for the Allah, that is the Almighty. है ना. हम लोग अपने जैसे आपके भगवान हैं, हमारे हम लोग कहते हैं अल्लाह है, तो हम लोग अल्लाह के सामने ये सजदा करते हैं, है ना. We used to do this sajda. So the traditional Muslims or the orthodox Muslims, यानी कि जो ट्रेडिशनल है, जो सदियों से चला आ रहा है, ऑर्थोडॉक्स है, जो यानी कि एकदम स्ट्रांगली बिलीव करते हैं इस्लाम पर, they are known as the traditional Muslims, or you can say orthodox Muslims. So Ghiyasuddin Balban was asking his nobles to do sajda before him, where the nobles had to kneel and touch the ground and salute the Sultan, which was not liked by the orthodox Muslim. ये सजदा करना जो है बाकी दूसरे मुस्लिम्स जो ट्रेडिशनली बिलीव करते थे, जो सदियों से अपने पुरखों के, अपने एंसेस्टर्स के बातों को समझते थे, वो उनको ये सजदा करना पसंद नहीं आया. Because there is only one reason, that we only perform sajda, we only do sajda for the Allah, in front of Allah only. So doing sajda in front of any human being is not like, will not be like, and it is not allowed, है ना? It is we will get a lot of punishment from Allah if the Muslims will do sajda before any human being. So that is not to be done. So Ghiyasuddin Banban introduced this sajda. He was asking his nobles, his courtiers, जो कोर्ट में उनके साथ रहते थे, so he was asking his nobles to do sajda before him, which was really not a good thing. The Muslims will always not like this, because I told you. And Balban died of illness in the year 1287, and after that he was succeeded by his grandson Kayqubad, है ना? उसके बाद उसके grandson आते हैं Kayqubad. You can see he is the grandson Kayqubad. You can see he is also a warrior. From the year 1287 to 1290 he ruled, but he was a very pleasure-seeking monarch. प्लेजर यानी कि इनको जो है खुशी मनाना, फेस्टिवल मनाना, आजादी करना, ना आजादी के साथ रहना, बहुत आराम से रहना. he liked that. He was that type of monarch. यानी इनको जंग करना, बहुत ज्यादा काम करना पसंद नहीं था. He liked what? He liked pleasure. Kayqubad. So Kayqubad soon lost his throne. Means if he will not concentrate on his throne, on his subjects, on his people, on his citizens, then what will happen? They will have to lose. So Kayqubad also lost his throne and eventually died of paralysis. और paralysis की वजह से वो मर भी जाते हैं. He died off. And after that, the throne of Delhi passed into the hands of the Khaljis. Now we will start Khalji dynasty. Okay, Kayqubad के बाद कौन आते हैं दिल्ली में? That the kingdom of this first empire, the Turkish emperors, now changed. They have gone. The throne has gone to in the hands of the Khaljis now. Now we will study and discuss about the Khalji dynasty. Okay, students, let us move to the next topic. That is, we have to start about the next topic. That is we have to learn a lot about the masjid. In English, the masjid is known as mosque also, but I would like to prefer calling masjid as masjid only. Okay, so a mosque is called a masjid in Arabic. Mosque English में बोलते हैं, लेकिन Arabic में क्या बोलते हैं उसको? मस्जिद बोलते हैं. A place, masjid is a place where Muslims used to offer prayers to Allah. No, that is a place, that is a special place that is built in every locality or region where all the Muslims go together and pray to Allah by doing that sajda that I showed previously. So Muslims used to go there in that masjid, and they used to go there and do sajda and pray before Allah and prayers to Allah. A Muslim prostrate means face down, that I showed you how to do sajda. So a Muslim used to put their face down in reverence, means in respect to Allah. So for to show the respect to Allah, towards Allah, and to thank Allah also, है ना, अल्लाह का शुक्र अदा करने के लिए, थैंक यू करने के लिए भी हम लोग जो है क्या करते हैं, मुस्लिम्स क्या करते हैं, वर्शिप करते हैं, मीन्स उनको रेस्पेक्ट करते हैं, एंड फेस डाउन होके सजदा करते हैं टू थैंक अल्लाह फॉर एवरीथिंग व्हाट द अल्लाह इज गिविंग टू द मुस्लिम्स, टू ऑल पीपल. So in a congregational mosque, congregational किसको बोलते हैं? Where a group of people offer prayer together, जहाँ पर बहुत सारे लोग एक साथ जाकर नमाज पढ़ते हैं. That is, they offer namaz. That is the prayer I want to say over here. So a congregational mosque is a place, is such type of masjid where group of people used to go together and offer prayer or offer namaz together, and such places are known as Jama Masjid या Masjid Jami. जामा मस्जिद भी बोलते हैं और मस्जिद जामी भी बोलते हैं. जामा मस्जिद में क्या होता है, बहुत सारे लोग एक साथ जाकर नमाज एक साथ पढ़ते हैं. Often they used to go to those Jama Masjid together, है ना, often they used to go 5 times a day, but you will find a huge crowd of people on every Friday also, because a Friday is a really very good day for the Muslims. It is like a small Eid, you can say. It is like Eid. Every Friday is like Eid for the Muslims. So on every Friday they used to go to Jama Masjid, where they used to go and pray together, offer namaz together for Allah, towards Allah, to thank Him. Muslim offers prayers, that is namaz, together in Jama Masjid and in their local masjid also, that is in their area also. So we have gone through that Quwwat al-Islam Mosque, and the minaret was built during the last decade of the 12th century. Let me show you that this is the Quwwat al-Islam Mosque. You can see Quwwat al-Islam Mosque and minaret. These are known as the minaret. Minar कहते हैं इनको. In English you can say minaret. It is written Quwwat al-Islam Mosque and minaret, built during the last decade of. It was built during the last decade of the 12th century. यानी कि you can say last decade of 12th century, that is around 1190. It was started to build. Okay, you can see over there, I have showed you Quwwat al-Islam was the congregational mosque. So that mosque that I showed you, that is also a congregational, where it is a huge mosque of the city, built by the Delhi Sultan. So it was the first mosque, congregational first city built by the Delhi Sultan, which was described in the records as Delhi Kuna, the old city. So Delhi Kuna is also the old city. It was also named the previous name of Delhi was also Delhi Kuna, the old city. Nowadays also we can find New Delhi and Old Delhi. Purani Delhi or Nai Delhi abhi bhi hai. So the old city was known as at that time Delhi Kuna. So Quwwat al-Islam was the congregational mosque of the first city built by the Delhi Sultan. So Delhi Sultans ne jo pehla city banaya tha, that is Delhi Kuna, and they have built this particular Quwwat al-Islam mosque. That was the first mosque in that particular city. And Quwwat al-Islam mosque was a congregational, means बहुत बड़ा भी था और लोग वहाँ पर एक साथ आके prayer करते थे. They used to offer namaz all together. The masjid was enlarged by Iltutmish and Alauddin Khalji later on. Later on, इसी मस्जिद को और बड़ा किया गया, and it was enlarged by Iltutmish as well as Alauddin Khalji when they started ruling. The minar was built by two sultans, और मीनार को दो सुल्तान ने मिलके बनाया था, that is Qutbuddin Aybak and Iltutmish. So that was the history of the Quwwat al-Islam Masjid. Let me show you a few more things about the masjid. You can see over here. Members of the congregation, they used to choose the most respected and learned male as their leader. What I am going to wait on. So members of the congregation, यानी कि वो जो crowd एक जगह जमा होते हैं, they used to select or choose one of the respected and learned मत बड़े पढ़े लिखे हो, having a lot of knowledge. So and they used to choose one of the respected people, one of the respected person and the learned person as their leader, and that leader is known as Imam, because that leader will guide the other people to perform that namaz or perform the procedures of that particular prayer, that is known as namaz. So all the rituals, all the procedures will be done by that Imam, and everyone will follow that Imam behind him. So Imam will stand in front of everyone. So in the first line, the Imam will be there. Imam will be there in the first line, and no one will stand with him. He will all alone be standing in front of all. And beside him, behind him, everyone will make one straight lines one after another, and they will all follow. All the Muslims will follow the rituals or the procedures which is done by Imam. So Imam जैसे भी करते हैं, नमाज पढ़ाते हैं, वैसे ही करके बाकी लोग जो पीछे खड़े होते हैं, वैसे ही वो लोग देख देख के कॉपी करते हैं और नमाज पढ़ते हैं. But what happens really, that every Muslim now have learned that how to perform namaz. So they don't have to see the Imam all the time that how is he performing the rituals, because everyone is already knowing the procedures of praying or procedures of offering namaz. So what we do, we used to just follow the Imam. So whenever he bend down, whenever he kneels down, So we also have to follow, and at the same time every Muslim will also kneel down before the Allah at the same time. So that is the procedure of praying or offering namaz in a congregational mosque or masjid. Imam also delivers the sermon that is known as khutbah. तो इमाम जो है नमाज पढ़ाने से पहले, before doing the procedures of offering a namaz, before offering the namaz or the prayer, imam used to deliver some speech also. That speech is also known as, in English it is known as sermon, but in Arabic it is known as khutbah. So actually this khutbah is a type of speech that is given by the imam. And what type of speech he used to give to the people? He used to refers to the commands of Allah. He used to remind all the Muslim, imam used to remind all the Muslims that what are the commandments of the Allah, means what Allah has asked the Muslims to do. So imam used to remind every Friday. Imam used to give this type of speech. He used to tell the Muslims, other Muslim people, that what are the commands of the Allah and what should we do to to convince Allah, na, to make him happy. So he used to give us the commands of the Allah. He used to remind everyone. और बहुत सारे Muslims ऐसे भी हैं जिनको बहुत सारा knowledge नहीं होता है, because many of them are illiterate also. So they don't read Quran. They do not read the guidance of the messengers of Allah. So that is the reason also that why Imam is giving a speech on every Friday, so that the people or the person who is unable to read and write, they can also listen to the commands of the Allah. So during prayer, Muslim stand facing Mecca. तो प्रेयर का टाइम में हम लोग खड़े हो जाते हैं. द मुस्लिम यूज्ड टू स्टैंड अप एंड दे यूज्ड टू फेस मक्का. मक्का की तरफ वो लोग फेस करते हैं. सो नाउ व्हाट इज मक्का? यू कैन सी दिस वन. So it is in Saudi Arabia. This is known as the Mecca. So every Muslim used to face towards this, है ना, जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं पश्चिम, है ना. In Hindi you will say that is पश्चिम. So towards पश्चिम, every Muslim is used to face Mecca, and in this is to the west, and in English you can say this is towards the west, and it is also known as Qibla. तो हम लोग जो है और मुस्लिम जो होते हैं वो स्टैंड करके खड़े होते हैं. उनका फेस किस तरफ होता है? किबला की तरफ होता है. They used to face towards Qibla. That is where the Mecca is standing in Saudi Arabia. So after that, what happened? The Delhi Sultans built several masjid in cities all over the subcontinent, which demonstrated their claims to be the protectors of Islam and Muslims. So all the Delhi Sultans, especially everyone, so they used to build a lot of masjid in all the cities all around wherever they are ruling, and why they are building or making masjid, constructing masjid, they want to demonstrate, they want to show that they are the protectors of the religion Islam, and they are the protector of the followers of the religion Islam, that is known as Muslims. So the name of the religion is what? Islam, and the people who used to follow Islam, they are known as Muslims. So Muslim is not a religion. Muslims are the followers of the religion of Islam. So don't confuse my students. What is the religion? The name of the religion of the Muslims is Islam. So Islam is the religion, and the follower of this religion Islam are known as Muslims. So I think you have got this one. Differentiate between Islams and Muslims. Islam is the religion, and the followers of Islam are known as Muslims. Masjid also helped to create the sense of community of believers who shared a belief system and code of conduct also. So masjid is also just creating or helping to create the sense of community of believers. ये मस्जिद क्या करता है? believers के एक community बना लेता है. लोगों के अंदर में ये community type का feeling आता है. They used to feel that they belong to a community, they belong to a particular society, and all their beliefs are same, है ना. ये मस्जिद में जाने से when the Muslims go to the masjid, they feel that they belong to a same type of community where they are living, and they also share their belief system. आपस में लोग discuss भी करते हैं, मस्जिद में बातचीत होती है regarding only Allah. The Muslims don't talk about the affairs of the daily life, है ना, in the masjid. It is not allowed. They can only discuss about the commandments of Allah inside a masjid. So they used to share about their belief, what they are believing, and what they are doing. That is their code of conduct also. Means what they are conducting in their lives, they used to share with them, that how they are convincing or trying to convince and make happy Allah. It was necessary to reinforce this idea of community among the Muslims, because Muslims came from a variety of backgrounds, and it was also necessary to build to construct masjid, so that people can sit together in a particular place, and they can share their own beliefs and system and their code of conduct, because Muslims at those time used to come from a variety of backgrounds. And बहुत सारे Muslims ऐसे थे, बहुत सारे जो Muslims होते थे उनके backgrounds different होते थे. Means they might be the follower of another religion before becoming a Muslim. They might be having different type of beliefs also. So Muslims in India and Muslims in Saudi Arabia, Muslims in Pakistan and Muslims in Indonesia might be having a little bit of difference in their background. Background का difference हो सकता है. So to make them unite together, to make that everyone should believe only on one Allah and His commandments. So Muslims started constructing masjids so that people can go there, sit together and discuss about the commandments of Allah, so that everyone should have the same type of feeling and same type of belief also. So that is the thing why these Delhi Sultans were constructing a lot of masjid in all the cities, so that they can unite the people. And you can see, this is one of the image that I showed you, that is Quwat al-Islam Masjid Mosque, and you can see this is the Begumpuri Masjid, that was built in the reign of Muhammad Tughlaq. It was the main masjid of Jahanpana. तो ये आप जो देख रहे हैं मस्जिद, इसका नाम क्या है? बेगमपुरी मस्जिद. That is Begumpuri Mosque, you can see also. It was the main masjid, main mosque of Jahanpana. Jahanpana कौन है? मोहम्मद तुगलक. तो मोहम्मद तुगलक जो है यहाँ पर नमाज पढ़ने के लिए आते थे इस मस्जिद में. The sanctuary of the world, his new capital in Delhi. तो ये कहाँ पर है ये मस्जिद? ये भी दिल्ली में है ना. That is sanctuary of the world. लोग उस जमाने में बहुत सारे लोग इस मस्जिद को देखने के लिए आते थे, because it was quite huge and beautiful at that time. So this is known as the Begumpuri Masjid. And you can see, my dear students, another one, Mauth ki Masjid. क्या लिखा है? Mauth ki Masjid. Mauth, M-O-T-H, built in the reign of Sikandar Lodi by his ministers. ये सिकंदर लोदी के जमाने में बनाया गया था during the Lodi dynasty, है ना? That we will discuss in the later part of the chapter. So ये chapter में देखा आपने, by his ministers. This is also the masjid, mosque of Zamali Kamali, है ना. ये मस्जिद का नाम क्या है? Zamali Kamali, built in the late 1520s में इस मस्जिद को बनाया गया था. And you can see, my students, the Alai Darwaja, erected in the year 1311 by Alauddin Khalji. That we will start learning about Khalji dynasty. So Alauddin Khalji ने 1311 में ये Alai Darwaja बनाया था. It is one of the earliest building in India to employ the Islamic principle of arched construction. Means he first of all started building this type of buildings, erecting this type of building, to show that the construction of the masjid should be like in this form, in this format also. So he was trying to employ the Islamic principle of the type of construction that they used to perform. So in his reign, that was his first erection. तो अलाउद्दीन खिलजी के जमाने में ये सबसे पहले उन्होंने यही बनवाया, the Alai Darwaja, in the year 1311. Now we will start a Khalji dynasty.
Hope that you have liked the video, and we will meet again in our next video release of the tutorial. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the information of the next release of the tutorial. Please share it with your friends and others also. Thank you for the time being. Take care. Stay at home. Bye bye. Take care.